Phylum Mollusca by Aidan Wendell, Ryan McNamara, and Patrick Timmerman. Characteristics of the phylum Mollusca. Mollusks have a muscular foot which allows them to anchor themselves down to a surface and move properly, such as coral. Mollusks also have a mantle. The mantle is the body wall of a mollusk, which its shell is often separated from. Another characteristic of mollusks is a radula, which is a mollusk's grasping tongue that allows it to scrape food particles off of a surface. A visceral mass is also located within a mollusk's shell. The visceral mass holds a large number of organs such as the digestive and respiratory system. The phylum Mollusca is also the largest phylum found within marine environments. However, many mollusks also live on land. Mollusks reproduce sexually. Some mollusks, such as slugs and snails, are hermaphrodites, which means that they have both male and female organs. However, they still reproduce sexually in order to fertilize their eggs. Aquatic mollusks lay eggs in the water that eventually hatch into villager, which are tiny larvae that swim around freely. The majority of mollusks have bilateral or radial symmetry. However, some mollusks did lose this symmetry during their development. Mollusks get rid of metabolic waste through their nephridia, and nephridia are very similar to kidneys. One species of mollusks is a snail. Every snail has two pairs of retractile tentacles on their head. The longer upper tentacles have eyes at the end of them, while the shorter tentacles are responsible for taste and smell. Their skin is very moist. Snails eat plants in the ecosystem, meaning that they are primary consumers. In order to preserve water, snails have a shell that is sealed by the base of their foot, and since it is enclosed, their shell allows for gas exchange. They typically live in very damp environments. Yet another species of mollusks is the octopi. Octopi have 8 legs that are covered in suckers. Their heads are called mantles and contain all of their internal organs. They are roughly 90% muscle, and there are no freshwater octopi. They all live in the ocean or in saltwater seas. Octopi build nests in rock crevices in order to avoid predators. They also have very hard beaks that they use to bite and kill their prey, and their beaks are even known to break through the shells of other mollusks. They have some unique traits as well. Their suckers allow the octopus to grab slippery prey, while their eyes are stereoscopic, which are very similar to human eyes. Their tentacles are coordinated by their very powerful brains, and they have sensors on their arms that can taste what they touch. Clams are another type of mollusks. Clams refer to any organisms belonging to the class Bivalvia. Clams are characterized by shells with 2 separate sections. They have siphons, which are 2 tubes that allow for respiration and feeding underwater. Also, the gills of clams have hair-like structures called cilia on them. The cilia serve many functions, such as impelling the water accessible to clams so they can move, and straining food consumed by the clams. The size of clams varies. The smallest clams are only about 0.1 millimeters across to 1.2 meters across. They also usually live just below the surface of the body of water that they occupy. Scallops have a shell comprised of 2 valves. It is able to use these for movement and short bursts of speed to escape from starfish and other predators. It is a filter feeder that consumes primarily plankton. They reproduce sexually, and some are hermaphrodites, meaning that they have male and female organs. They typically inhabit shallow areas of the ocean around rocks, coral, or seagrass. Their nervous system is comprised of 3 paired ganglia, which are clusters of nerve cells. Their eyes are vital for their defense mechanisms, allowing them to respond to light changes that could be the result of predators. They are also able to sense water movement, vibrations, and chemical changes to avoid predators. The history of mollusks. Mollusks are believed to have first appeared during the Cambrian period, about 540 to 480 million years ago. Although most species of mollusks are aquatic, some gastropods have adapted to terrestrial life. Operculum structures in terrestrial mollusks help to prevent them from drying out. Many species have also adopted shell structures for protection. Squid and other cephalopods have better fusion between their head and feet, which helps them move faster in the water. Many species also have adopted certain colors that help camouflage them from their environment. The relationship and effect mollusks have on humans. Clams, mussels, scallops, oysters, squids, and other species are a major food source for us. Pearls and shells are used for jewelry and have even been used as a form of money in the past. Bivalve and other mollusks can be used to monitor the health of aquatic ecosystems as bioindicators. Many species accumulate toxins, so there's a risk of food poisoning from consumption. Bites from mollusks can have no effect on humans, but also be fatal, such as a bite from the blue-ringed octopus. Some species act as parasites and can even transmit diseases such as snail fever. Certain snail and slug species are pests, especially to crops on land.